We live?
We're live.
Welcome back to the SCIF. We have an announcement to make tonight, so I'm glad you guys are all here. Stu, what's the announcement?
We're going to look at moving the show back a day to Tuesday, same time, 9 o'clock Eastern, but just moving it back to Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Just, life happens, things, obligations come up, that sort of thing, and it just makes sense just across the board to move it back to Tuesday for Matt and I to be able to commit and be here, every week to bring you our charming selves and give you our just wondrous opinions on the world in general.
And to basically show the industry, how the technology is used in the most efficient way.
There's never been a more strained piece of duct tape, baling wire, chewing gum in the history of engineering.
Yeah. So I guess on those immortal words, free at last, free at last, free at last, we now have a legitimate president, don't we?
That is true.
We have a legitimate president, but the media is in full attack already. Here's the funny thing. Nobody cares. The best way to respond to these people is to do what, Stu?
Just shrug and walk away.
Or clown their ass. Let them know nobody's listening to you. Your ratings suck. You're not legitimate anymore. You are what you are, which is a Marxist mouthpiece for the deep state that's been destroying our country.
Well, they are what they've made themselves, a caricature. Mm-hmm. They're not a news gathering, news reporting entity. We were talking before, there's no one from the mainstream that asks a question to clarify a position, to gather information, to disseminate to the viewers. It's all with an end game in mind. They're asking a question that's phrased for the answer or for the sound bite they're fishing for. And then they've got their gotcha. And that's the entirety of it. And people are tired of it. The people they don't want anything to do with that nonsense anymore.
The country's sick of it. We've had enough. We're on to you. It's funny. Al Sharpton was on TV apparently this morning or maybe yesterday, going on about these companies dropping DEI and how they're going to boycott them. It's like, of all of the people that shop at these companies, okay, the minute percentage that watch your show and that'll follow your lead on that is nobody. It's nobody. Yeah. So you go boycott all you want, Reverend Al Sharpton, right? You're a fraud. You've been identified as a fraud years and years and years ago. Tawana Brawley and all of that. So it's like, go ahead, because let me see. 99% of the population that shops at our store doesn't want this bullshit and doesn't want this liberal bullshit rammed down their throat and this DEI crap, which reduces efficiency and overall quality of service, right? Or Al Sharpton, who's going to be out there leading a ragtag group of miscreants that aren't happy about anything and don't care about anything. He's got nobody following or listening to him anymore.
Well, there's so many of these businesses though, Matt. I like to see it happen because it needed to happen, but it also just goes to show you how absolutely spineless all these people. They stand for absolutely nothing. Yeah. They did all of these DEI initiatives because they were being told to. This is what you need to do. We've decided that whoever the we is, the Twitter sphere has decided this is what. Oh, still, just step right in line. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
They were using bots in social media to make it look like that the contingency that was asking for this was much larger than it was, when their customer base didn't want any of this bullshit. So when they say the customer is right, they weren't servicing the customer. They were servicing this fringe group that wasn't their customer anyways, and what, for accolades from that same media that we were talking about that nobody listens
to. Never going to like you. The media that's always going to try and find fault and try and spin whatever you're doing
and
or
destroy
saying like possible.
Yeah, and destroy. So, you know, did you see this? I don't know if this was one of your stories, Stu. Did you see this pastor? This
I did.
how should I
I
say?
didn't keep it. I read it, but I didn't keep the story up. But yeah,
Oh,
you want me to
oh
find
my
it?
goodness. Yeah, it was yesterday. That it's a tradition. There's a service at I think it's St. John's. It's an Episcopal church, and this
Prayer
lesbian-looking
breakfast.
pastor, yeah, prayer breakfast, shows up and starts lecturing Donald Trump from the pulpit, right, about the illegals that are scared and the lesbian, gay, and transgender children. And the whole family is like, oh, here we go, right? And then the media's like, what did you think of the sermon, President Trump? He's like, it was rotten. What did you think? You know, I thought it was terrible. So they should have gotten up and walked out. The whole church just got up and walked out, because this woman is she's a known activist who has been on TV before, back in the original Trump. Yep, here we go. Yeah. So because we need people to wash our dishes, and basically it was very racist the way she was. But I mean, look at that. Do you think the American people have a positive image of this, whatever it is up here? First of all, the Episcopal Church ought to be ashamed of themselves. Are you going to build your brand with this? This is one of
Apparently.
your most notable pastors right now. This is how you're going to build your brand? No. They wonder why they can't get people in the pews. They wonder why. Because you have radical Marxist activists pretending like they're people of God, right? And this is what you get. So,
Yep.
no, thank you. The American people are not with you, and you're speaking to yourself in your little echo chamber. Yeah, we don't care. We don't care. We're not even pretending to care.
I'm getting feedback again through your side, Matt.
I don't know why you're getting feedback.
I don't know.
I think it's your setup over there.
I don't know. It's coming back through my speakers.
But earth to all of these lefties in the media, apparently in the Episcopal Church, and other places. America no longer cares what you think. So just so you understand, we're going to laugh at you. We are going to call you out, and we are going to point how irrelevant you are out at every chance possible. And that's how we need to handle this. We no longer care. So the veil of politeness is gone.
No, and I hate how people are now like, well, everybody's supporting Trump and MAGA because now they're free to. Now they feel like they can. It's like, I'm sorry if you felt like you couldn't before, or it's just that just rubs me the wrong way. Now, granted, again, I understand in certain parts of the country, you know, you could probably literally lose your job if somebody found out you voted for Trump. But you know, it's just a sad state of affairs when it's like you have to wait for a certain person to be elected president before you can advocate for yourself or advocate your beliefs. It's
grow
so
a set of stones. Stand for something or fall for anything. How about that?
Yeah.
Right. You know, I do understand if you ride around with the Trump sticker on your car up in like Minneapolis or Milwaukee or Chicago, your car's going to get vandalized. Now, I don't want my shit getting vandalized, right? By some piece of shit coward, you know?
But, you know, it's amazing how in the past, well, I'm going to, the calendar's moving quicker and quicker every time I turn around. But, you know, since what, maybe Clinton, Obama, Bush, you know, I'm trying to think when did things get so radicalized? I mean, I don't remember.
Well, we thought it was Clinton, but it really wasn't Clinton. Because Clinton,
I mean, I guess it was a little more heated because.
No, with Clinton was, I don't think, was trying to destroy the country. Clinton was all in it for himself, right? And so Clinton knew that he was losing popularity. So what did he do? He got together with Newt Gingrich, and basically did things that were better for America. Whereas when Barack Obama came into office, he was pushing the agenda. He was going to fundamentally change, which means destroy this country in the way it was founded to get us into this new world order.
You know what else happened around the same time of Obama? Social media.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, all of these people, you get, a handful of people that can spin out some clever, witty remarks or spin up some good
push
memes.
Push real disinformation. Well, we're not even going to get into it here because we're on Google with one of the odd men out, right? If you're talking about social media organizations, what are my feelings on Google, Stu? It sucks, right? Google sucks. YouTube sucks.
Like? You've seen Waterboy, right?
Yeah, it really, really sucks. Google sucks. It really, really sucks. You can do it. Did you? So, yeah. So, basically, my point was Google sucks, and we need to migrate over to Rumble. Now, Rumble needs to get some of their shit together. But